The fourth category under this value-added products and services by the bureaus is what I have called solutions. Now, we have to understand that when the bureau industry started in India a couple of decades ago, there were a lot of operational and teething problems between the data transfer from the lenders to the bureaus and vice versa from the bureaus as reports and scores back to the lenders. The bureaus over time, and they are continuously evolving, have developed certain solutions which actually facilitates not only data transfer and several other operational requirements that smoothen the process of communication between the lender and the borrower. Let's take a look at what these are. The first product under this category is what I have called Credit Bureau Data Connector and Converter. Now, the central bank, the Reserve Bank of India that is, has provided a specified format to the lenders in which they have to provide data to the credit bureaus. Earlier, the four bureaus had different formats, but post 2015-16, this format has been standardized. Having said that, invariably, most lenders will have different core systems, will have their accounting maintained under different software products. This product offered by the bureaus actually makes it seamless to connect to all bureaus through an automated tool. The bureaus are then receiving data in the format that they want it in, and most importantly, the lender is able to extract the data from their system and run it through this particular connector and converter, and therefore convert it to bureau required formats. The benefits are obvious. Not only does it enhance operational efficiency, but it is also a customer-friendly view for the lender to get multiple bureau reports in the same standard format. There are lenders like you who probably hit two bureaus to confirm certain data. That data report that comes back from the bureaus earlier was perhaps in different formats and making comparison more difficult. This tool makes it easy because the entire format is standardized, and therefore two bureau reports are neutralized in their current formats and brought to a common format for ease of decisioning. The next solution is Customer and Business Insights. This product offers an in-depth information on customer relationships, historical relationship, performance, complaints logged in by the customer in the system, as well as any other performance indicator you as a business enabler might want. It deploys effective marketing strategies to deal with credit risk, again leading back to the benefit of reduced NPAs, higher growth and higher profitability. Data going from the lender, you that is, to the bureau, and bureau data coming back and putting it into a format that makes it easy for your credit decision person to take an appropriate and easy decision is facilitated by a product called data preparation. Using technology and using functionality, it reduces the simplification of data preparation time and transforming that data back to the bureau. This installation requires less resources on an ongoing basis and delivers rapid time to value with minimal training to your staff, thus reducing your costs and improving your efficiency and, of course, your turnaround time to the customer, which is extremely important. Most lenders will have decision-making policies. How much of loan to give, what installment income ratio, what LTV, what are the income to be considered, and all these are written in detail in the credit policy of you as a lender and then translated into your process. In order to automate this, the bureaus offer you a product called Decision Management Services. This particular product is extremely useful in terms of improving your business risk strategies, making effective, objective and quick lending decisions, standardizing the policy, and therefore, of course, being extremely cost effective. Several lenders are moving towards automating credit decisioning by using bureau products, configuring the rules to suit their credit policy and risk appetite, and running their applications through marrying it with the credit bureau report and the credit bureau score, and throwing out a decision, especially in the smaller ticket size, especially in the shorter term tickets that we are being given, like for example a personal loan. One of the most important components of the bureau industry is the quality of the data. We all learnt in school that garbage in is garbage out, and therefore the responsibility and the requirement is for the lender to provide quality data. Quality in terms of accuracy, completeness, and quality in terms of timeliness. Now, in order to do that, the bureaus have used a tool to facilitate this, and that service they've called the Data Quality Management Service. It helps you how to improve the quality of the data, it analyzes your data, and therefore talks to your team how to capture more complete data, how to provide more complete data, enables the tracking of the right borrower, and therefore gives you a more accurate picture of the borrower's credit history and all other information. Linked to this, of course, is the process of customer deduplication. The deduplication process, both at the lender side and the bureau side, is extremely important, because what it does is actually takes out, say for example, there are 100 Satish Mehtas in the system. How do they find this Satish Mehta and not that Satish Mehta and all the loans pertaining to me? That process in India is more challenged because we don't have a unique way of writing our names and addresses. We don't have a unique identification number, and multiple products are used to identify individuals. A PAN card, an Aadhaar, a driving license, a passport number. The deduping process is extremely important and is an evolving process. It never reaches 100% accuracy. You will always find names being spelled wrong, say addresses being given differently, and the deduping tool that the products offer, which they call customer deduping, is a tool that enables you as a lender to reduce the possibility of wrong or limited or partial deduping taking place, and therefore the quality of the data that goes into the bureau, and more importantly the quality of the data that comes out of the bureau, is accurate, complete, and timely. So to close this module, I would say three things to you. One, use these tools and products. They're extremely important. Some of you probably are already using it, but I would strongly suggest get to the 4 bureaus, and I've given you the address of them at the beginning of this module. Get to them, speak to them, understand what their products are, and then adapt it to your business. The second, you as a lender must recognize that going forward, this is going to be an increasing component of your lending business. Acceptability, training your teams is going to be absolutely crucial. The third thing, as a borrower, I would specify that you as a person who is affected by this the most should essentially ensure that you borrow as much as you want. Most importantly, you borrow as much as you can service, pay on time, do not default, and do not try and beat the system by frauding it. The system will catch up with you. This is not a warning, it's actually a strong piece of advice.